بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Welcome to episode 31 of the series, The Authentic Statements of the Companions. In this episode we'll take a story that happened with Umar bin الخطاب. One day in the morning for Fajr prayer, he missed Sliman bin Abi Hathma. He did not see Sliman in Fajr prayer at the masjid. And so later on that day when Umar went to the market and Sulaiman's house was in between the masjid and the market, so on his way Umar passed by Ashifa, who was Sulaiman's mother, and he asked her, when he saw her, he asked her, I didn't see Sulaiman this morning in Fajr prayer at the masjid. So she said that Sulaiman was stayed up late last night praying voluntary prayers, and then he slept. When he got tired and he slept, he fell asleep. So Umar said, for me to pray the Fajr prayer in Jama'ah is more beloved to me than to stand up in prayer for a night. In other words, Umar is saying that it's more important, it's more beloved to him, it's more rewarding, it's more important, it's better to pray Fajr in the masjid in Jama'ah than to stand up the whole night in voluntary prayers and not attend Fajr prayer in Jama'ah. And we know this from what the Prophet ﷺ had told us. He said, whoever prays Isha, Salat al-Isha, in Jama'ah, in congregation, it's as if he had prayed, he did Qiyam for half of the night. It's as if that person has prayed voluntary prayers for half of the night, as if they stood up in prayer, extra prayers for half of the night. And then the Prophet ﷺ continued to say, and whoever prays the Fajr prayer in Jama'ah, in congregation, it's as if he has prayed the whole night, the entire night. So we see the importance and the reward of praying all five obligatory daily prayers in Jama'ah at the masjid. But we also see how rewarding they are, and that they don't compare to the voluntary prayers or deeds that we may do. And that's why, the Prophet ﷺ told us that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in Hadith Qudsi that my servant does not come closer to me with anything more beloved to me than what I have made obligatory upon him. So we can't come closer to Allah with anything more beloved to Allah than the things that He has made an obligation upon us. And that's why it's important, and we see from this story and from Umar's statement the importance of having our priorities straight, of having our priorities in order, and not fall for the traps of shaitan. Sometimes when we do something that's extra, that's voluntary, it's good, but because of it, we end up missing something that is obligatory, or that is more rewarding, or that's better. That should have gotten priority over it. And that's one of the traps of shaitan. It's also to keep in mind that as rewarding as voluntary deeds are, when we do extra good deeds that are optional, it's very rewarding, and that's great if someone can do the obligatory ones and add on top of them the sunan and nawafil, the extra voluntary good deeds and prayers. But it's more of a priority, it's more important for us to do the basics first, do the obligatory things first, and then beyond, once we've done those, then add and build on top of them with voluntary good deeds, rather than, because we're doing sometimes some voluntary good deeds, like in this example, someone who stood up in voluntary prayer in Qiyam at night, because of that led them to be tired, fall asleep, and miss Fajr prayer in Jum'ah. Pay attention. Now, it didn't say that he missed praying Fajr. It didn't say that he didn't pray Fajr altogether. No, he probably prayed it at home on his own. But he missed praying Fajr with Jama'ah in the masjid, in congregation, which is very rewarding, as we know, and it's an obligatory salah. Barakallahu fikum, jazakumullah khaira, wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.